Once you go black, you never go back. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to VEDA. Today we're on day 10, and I'm going to give you 6 things to think about before you dye your hair vibrant. So a lot of people don't actually think before they dye their hair. Well, of course they think. There are so many things you need to think about when dyeing your hair a vibrant colour, and this video is to prepare you for the world of dyeing your hair. I'm not an expert, I don't have experience in hairdressing, but I do have experience with making decisions about my hair. Instead of pretending I know everything about it, I'm just giving you some tips that have helped me in the past. A YouTuber I've watched for a very long time named Nincompoop does a lot of hair videos, and if you want some expert advice, I will pop a link in the description box below to her videos and to some of their hair videos that are quite helpful, and I hope you have a jolly good time. But if you're just considering it, this is the place to be. Without further ado, here are 6 things you need to consider before dyeing your hair a vibrant colour. Number 1. What will it fade to? This is probably as important as the colour you're initially putting onto your head. On most packets of dye, you can probably see the after effects when it's faded, when it's been washed, how long it's going to last. If there isn't an indication on the dye box, there are probably YouTube videos of people testing out dyes and stuff like that. With the new age media, you can find anything online, so just go ahead and Google the shade or YouTube the shade that you have, tutorial, fade, anything like that, and you'll probably find a video for what you're after. There's literally nothing worse than looking in the mirror after you've dyed your hair and washed it and you see it fading and thinking, I don't like this colour anymore. Number 2 is, what dye are you using? And I know that people will think about this before they actually do buy the dye. They'll look at no ammonia, they'll look at the brand and stuff, but are you using a vegetable dye? Are you using a chemical based dye? And I actually learned this from Nincompoop, the YouTuber that I will link in the description box below, that there is a huge difference between dyeing your hair with vegetable dye and other dyes that I actually don't know. Obviously all hair dye has to have chemicals in it so that it will dye your hair, but it's like some of it will have less and be vegetable based rather than chemical based, which actually does wonders for your hair. My hair is not dead in the slightest, and I've dyed it so many times pink. I've been October for almost a year, that's right, isn't it? I've been pink for almost a year, and my hair is like the least bit damaged in the whole world. And it's really important to know the base of your dye, whether there's ammonia in it, the brand, whether you trust the brand or not. It's really important to know what you're using and to know how it's going to affect your hair in the end. Research is key with this part. I would recommend Schwarzkopf, Manic Panic, Directions, those are some really good ones. I'm sure you can find some other dyes, vegetable based or chemical based, no matter what you're looking for, you can probably find it online. Something I do want to touch upon here is the situation with bleach. I have only bleached my entire head once, and I've been this colour for quite a long time. To be honest, what I've heard from people who have been dyeing their hair a lot, from Ellie and from Waverly, my friend who dyes her hair quite a lot, they've only dyed their whole head once, the first time they were dyeing their head vibrant, unless they've gone a really dark colour to a light colour and try to lift it and stuff, but that's the only time really. You only need to bleach your whole head once, and even if you want to change your hair colour, colour rewind, baby! Not many people know that it exists. It smells like rotten eggs, and as long as you've got bleach underneath, I have bleach underneath this, so if I lifted this dye, it will be gingery blonde underneath. So you only need to keep bleaching your roots so that you won't kill your hair and it won't fall out. That is the trick to not making your hair fall out. I tell people I've dyed my hair pink for a year and they're like, how is your hair not falling out? Not bleached at all, only bleached it all once, and my hair feels wonderful. Thank you so much for touching it. Number 3 is, can you stand your hair being washed in cold water and only once a week? A huge way of preserving vibrant colour is to have a abnormal hair washing routine. Unless you can keep up with the dyeing and the constant buying of dye, that's absolutely fine, that's your call. But if you're like me, tight for cash, tight for time, tight for effort, then you want to do everything that you can to preserve your colour, and one of the best ways in doing it is washing your hair less and washing it with products that are not going to drain it. I would recommend using Albert Balsam. I hate people who say they've got dyed hair and then will wash their hair with hot water, or will have a natural, normal hair washing routine when their hair isn't normal. Dyeing your hair a vibrant colour shouldn't be discriminated against. What I'm saying is the fact that if you want to preserve it for as much as you can, then you're going to want to not wash it as much and, you know, wash it with cold water. Another tip for this that I'm still really getting used to is only washing your scalp. Number 4 is quite strange. What are you gonna wear? I think one of the things that people don't actually take into account when they're dyeing their hair a vibrant colour is how much your hair can make your outfit. I have pink hair, and so I can't wear purples, overly red shirts like this is fine. Like, I can't wear my red jumper that I love. I really can't wear pink because it clashes. And there are some people who don't care about this, and that's jolly good. You carry on living your life. I don't want to make you care about something that you don't care about. I personally do care, and you need to take this into consideration is, do you really care enough not to dye your hair a certain colour because you wear a lot of it? Like, I don't think I could ever dye my hair navy blue because I wear a lot of navy blue. Once you dye your hair a vibrant colour, literally the last thing that you want is to just blend in with your clothes. Number 5 is, what colour are you going next? We need to think about future colours, and I know that people are scared of the future and they don't want to think about it, but with hair colours it's really important. If you're dyeing your hair black, you need to think about, am I going to want to take this out in a few weeks / months / years? Am I going to want to dye my hair pastel yellow at some point? If the answer's no, you know what, just go through them all and be like, am I going to want to be black for the rest of my life? And if the answer's no, it's really hard to get out. But people have done it, so don't feel discouraged if you really want to go black and then decide that you don't want to. Last but not least, number 6. Could you do it yourself? A lot of people spend money and hours in the salon getting other women to do their hair. You probably know a woman who has dyed their hair in your life. Ask them to do it if you can't do it yourself. If you can afford it, props to you, probably have a really well-paying job. Some of us don't. If you have the money, that's fine, that's cracking. Get the experience, you know, the first time going into a salon and having your hair done by a professional. But on the second and third times you're getting your hair done, could you do it yourself? It will be cheaper and it will last longer. The salon trick is to make you go back by using dyes that are less powerful in the salon, so you keep going back to them, obviously, where they keep making their money. Obviously, having your hair ruffled by a professional compared to your mate is very, you know, nice and pampering, but like when it comes to time and money, you know, you could probably still do it yourself. Tesco have a offer on that's £2 for £7 on hair dye, so you get 2 hair dyes for £7. Wilko's, Boots, Superdrug, and even Primark sell hair dyes now, like DIY hair dye kits that you can do at home, cheaper than any salon ever. It's at your disposal at the end of the day. Maybe try it once, save some money, and if you don't like the way it turns out and prefer the salon, go back to the salon, because that's absolutely fine. Those are my 6 tips or thoughts to think about before dyeing your hair a vibrant colour. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm currently participating in Video Every Day in August, which is what VEDA stands for. You can subscribe to see all of the other videos that I post during this month, and I would really, really like it if you stuck around, subscribed, and stuck around for the ride. We'll see you tomorrow for a brand new video. 1, 4, 3, bye! No, I think it's the other way. Isn't it this way I have to face? No, I'll just do it like this. Okay, cool.